If you look at the history of the Bandh, these are water recharge and flood control measures, indigenous engineering structures which the Indian people had devised over time. Most of the villages in the region are on the lower side, the downward side of the Aravali hills. So in times there used to be a lot of water coming down, so they used to protect the villages. Also they understood very well that this led to a lot of replenishment of the groundwater. Modern city planning concepts did not understand or take into fully the role that these bandhs were playing.
When we generate waste, we want to get rid of it, and we don't want to leave it lying in heaps on the road. Human nature is to find a area which is low lying and put it there, so that you filled it and you leveled the area kind of.
जो काम वाली हैं यहाँ से निकलती हैं, क्योंकि एक जगह से दूसरी जगह जाने का और रास्ता उनके पास नहीं था, बट ये सेफ़ नहीं था उनके लिए, फिर भी वो यूज़ कर रही हैं, क्योंकि वो हमारी तरह गाड़ियाँ और ये सब नहीं यूज़ कर सकती हैं, मेन रोड यूज़ नहीं कर सकती हैं, तो एज ए शॉर्टर वे वो इसको यूज़ कर रही थी।
कुछ भी ना था, डर लगे था, झुंडा खड़ा था, आता जाता नहीं डर लगे तो भाई कोई चोर चक्का मार दे।
ये रास्ता जंगल में था, मिट्टी का था, बीच में थोड़ी सी रास्ता था, एक आदमी जाएगी तो एक आदमी आने का रास्ता।
Where we are sitting today, it is a forest. It is a forest land. This space was more like a dumping ground. People were using it for defecation. Any place which is not looked after or neglected does see a change in terms of deterioration, and that's what was happening to this bandh. When a corporate reached out to us wanting to take up a project, I in meantime reached out to the forest department.
This kind of intensive partnership between corporate house, civil society group and a government, I don't think has been done anywhere in the country.
As a business house, I think we wanted to give back to society. This is a brilliant idea because it creates a safe space for women to commute to work. Like we saw retired people, it's a great place for them to walk. And you're creating a green lung.
It's an urban mobility corridor. It allows people from all walks of life to cut across the city. And the other thing which I look at it is for recreation. When we came in, we realized that we will have to do a lot of work in terms of first the cleaning and then figuring out how do we create space around already existing trees. We did not want to cut anything. We wanted it to be self-sustaining. Whatever we create should be there for years to come. It should not be that we have to maintain it on a regular basis. So you needed to be very careful about the material you used.
यहाँ पे ये जो एरिया था, इसको आप देखते उस समय तो मतलब आज के और उसके ज़माने में बहुत मतलब ज़मीन आसमान का फ़र्क है। इसमें सबसे पहले तो हम लोगों ने इसकी सफाई करी, सफाई करने के बाद में फिर इसका बेड बनाया, तो ये सब कहीं मिट्टी डाली, मिट्टी डाल के उसको चौड़ा किया हुआ है, मलबा डाला, ईंट का ब्लास्ट जैसे रोडों पे पड़ाव, ईंट का छत का तोड़ ताड़ के, तो ये सब उठा के रोड की सफाई जो भी है सब इसी में लगाया हुआ है।
When you're looking at water management in a space, is that you don't let any water run off from the space. We have sloped all the pathways in such a way that along the lengths of the pathway, we have catchment areas which also then drain into the nala. So all the water that falls here is captured and allowed to percolate back into the earth. The idea is that can we demonstrate best ways of creating public spaces. every detail here. You know, whether it's the proportion of the pathways, it's the mix of 3 colors of grey and green and slightly blue-grey that has gone into this. There's a finer grit and a coarser grit which subtly demarcates the space between the cycling track and the wheelchair track.
It's absolutely fantastic. We have this large nala next to the Bandh. While restoring the Bandh, the nala has also got protected and cleaned. So that's a collateral benefit. I think that's actually the real benefit of the project.
We are very clear that we only want to plant local species. It will not be a manicure garden, it will be a forest in making. And what happens is if you do right kind of plantation, the birds, the insects, everything comes along. The whole biodiversity changes.
If you take the full stretch, it's about 6 kilometers, and 6 kilometers gives you a lot of solace, peace, and it gives you a lot of strength.
Gardens बहुत सारे, but इस तरह का concept नहीं देखा, so it is new thing.
When I came here and I just took this walk, it was wonderful. I just very mesmerized, you can say.
Hidden gem of nature where you can see so many birds and you're really just half an hour from home and you're in the middle of nature.
You can take a person on the wheelchair and cycle, skate, whatever you want to. So it's much safer than the road.
हम लोग यहाँ पे चल रहे हैं, हमें कोई ये खतरा नहीं है कि हम किसी गाड़ी से एक्सीडेंट हो जाएगा या पोल्यूशन तो है ही कम नेचुरली.
I find it's pretty good because one, I can walk straight. The other day I could walk to DLF Phase 5 without a hitch, which is about a 45-minute walk. It's good.
अब तो भाई ना है, 24 घंटा लग चल रहा है, रात दिन का कोई दिक्कत नहीं.
In a city like Gurgaon, we don't have places to walk, we don't have places to breathe, and this is such an amazing place for us to use on a day-to-day basis.
हम नहीं जानते कौन बनवाया क्यों, लेकिन बनवाने के लिए बहुत अच्छा किया, उसके लिए मेहरबानी है.
I think many times when you initiate something, you have no idea of the ways in which it's going to impact people. We finally have a humane scale of space in the city where people actually greet each other. So it allows you that intimacy because you're in this wonderful environment which is natural and the scale is intimate.
If you've seen, the Bandh is on stretches. Next to the stretches there are habitation. There are people living there. We will need to reach out to them and saying that they need to become friends of the Bandh and kind of take ownership of the area. This has become a special space. People will find ways to take care of it.
It's our responsibility to do it. I sincerely feel that people have to come up because this is an amazing creation. We don't want to give it up.
I would like to show it to my children also. I have very high hopes that such facilities will be growing further in different areas of Gurgaon.